Hello and welcome to Netflix, Mr. Sarno. I hear you have a proposal for us today. We are very excited to hear what you have to say. Yes, thank you. It's an honor to be here and present this to you guys. I'd like to start off by saying what big fan I am of this novel and this story, and that I really want to do it justice when we bring it to the big screen. That's what we love to hear, so I'm looking forward to your pitch. To start off, I'd like to just give a quick background into the book in case you're not as familiar with it as I am. Basically, what happens is there's this physicist, his name is Shevik, and his world and a neighboring planet are rivals, and basically one planet has possessions and is a capitalist planet, while the other planet is a very organized form of anarchism. And I think a lot of the tension in the series can lie in this and what we see from the different planets and perspectives. In this story, it is a non-linear story, so I think there's a lot of things we can change and make it better for the TV audience here. How we do in the writing with Ursula Le Guin is she alternates chapters by doing one chapter viewing the past and Shevik's growing up, and the other is in the present, where he's on this new world where he is trying to figure out this time theory, and he starts to learn a little bit of thing about the pros and cons of this society and how this works compared to his own. What I really think would be interesting is changing it up a little bit, and as a series, we're going to need something to keep the viewers coming back and keep them watching. So I'd like to maybe give Shevik some amnesia, and this way, instead of just him having flashbacks and realizing what's happening, it's more him learning and readjusting to the society and comparing it to his own, but we're learning it as an audience with Shevik. I think this could emphasize and exaggerate what we're trying to show here and give it a little more suspense than what we're used to in the book. I also think it's a great idea for back and forth storytelling when you don't know what's going on and you're on the same page as the main character, learning as the main character is learning. This makes the tension build a little bit, and especially when we come to the conflict with his mother, who he meets on the new planet after she left when he was a child. This revelation and this big reveal could be really interesting in a series format where we highlight the relationships and the difference in culture, giving his mother this opportunity to be a unknown figure to us and unknown to Shevik, and we learn at the same time as him. However, he knows who she is in the book. That's very quickly revealed to us, and I think that we could build that up a lot and make it into some sort of grand reveal. I also see the scientists that he works with, such as Oi, we can maybe make them villains, I was thinking. This gives the payoff of him giving the time theory to a different group of people much bigger stakes and much bigger feelings. And we get good feelings of how we want to see Shevik give away this time theory and who he gives it to, and make it keep us on the edge of a seat and wanting him to do the right thing. It also gives us somebody to root against in this series. There's a lot of structural antagonist, and how we can see that is just by the way he views capitalism and how the top is getting a lot while the bottom is not getting a lot. We can show him giving back in sorts of different ways by doing that. I also think a really good idea would be focus on visuals, because this is such a vibrant planet, and the ports and the whole space idea is very visual oriented, and we can get a lot of cool visual effects on here, especially with political shows being so hot as they are right now, such as Game of Thrones, House of Cards, and Veep. Giving this in a sci-fi world and adding a mystery element will add a lot to the story that we don't see in the book. I think Ursula Le Guin would give us a very quick sign-off if we especially made it more to modern times. This book was written in the 1970s, so it gives us a little more to work with here, especially with the political turmoil we're in right now. Yeah, so basically just giving Shevik amnesia and having him figure this world out as we figure it out, the possessions versus the non-possessions and the dispossessed, capitalism versus the anarchism, his mother, all these things could really create a great series. It's a lot in one novel, and breaking it up in different series could really emphasize what the point is and give us a little more suspense within this book. Really hope you accept my pitch, and I would love to get this series greenlit and rocking with you guys.